Good afternoon and welcome to the latest issue of Print21, the weekly video news bulletin for the Australia and New Zealand print industry. This issue is sponsored by Ball & Doggett, Australia's largest supplier of printable materials and press room consumables, and now supplying wide format equipment as well. The spend on outdoor print, like this images behind me, dropped by $65 million or 17% last year compared with the previous year, while digital outdoor surged to new heights. In fact, the appetite for outdoor advertising is increasing strongly. It soared to a record-breaking $1.12 billion last year, but print share of it continues to decrease. It now accounts for just over a quarter at 26.1%. Compared with more than a third the year before, when it was 35.5%. A decade ago, print accounted for 88.7% of the outdoor spend, with digital at just 11.3%. Total spend of out of home that year, total spend of out of home was $543 million, print share $482 million. This year, total spend on print advertising was less than 2/3 of the figure from 10 years ago, $312 million. Down by $65 million from the $377 million the year before, when outdoor was shrugging off the lingering effects of COVID. According to U Media, outdoor advertising is the fastest growing sector of advertising and now stands at a record 14.5% of total share of all spend on social media. For the print industry, the ongoing decline in outdoor media has been more than compensated, though, by the surging demand for POS and for in-store retail display, as brands battle back against online shopping by providing or going all out to provide a shopping experience, partly through the use of in-store displays. And they're increasingly using POS to encourage impulse buys. But it remains the case that at $312 million, printed outdoor, just like this scene behind me, is still a huge market, and will be for many years to come. These steps, for instance, can't be done digitally. Outdoor giant and Cactus imaging owner, U Media, lifted revenue 7% to $634 million in the year to December, buoyed by the vigorous outdoor media market here in Australia. Profit was up almost 10% to $34.6 million for the company, who says it remains well positioned to leverage sector structural growth. And the company is focused now on profitable market share. Trade display print operations, Centrum, is celebrating 25 years in business, with the company moving to become an end-to-end service operation. Centrum is still looking ahead. It's just invested in a new Fujifilm Acuity Prime, its first digital flatbed. That will complement its two giant KBA offset presses in display print printing. And, says CEO Craig Elvin, Centrum will be investing strongly over the next 12 months. Elvin said, we're now able to handle a full job, from artwork to print to die cut, fold, glue to pack to distribute. Our investments are all aimed at creating greater efficiencies. For instance, said Elvin, we've just installed pump gluing rather than stick gluing. That will reduce our per unit cost and increase output. Owned by Percy Vidge, and beginning as a commercial printer in Alexandria before reinventing itself a decade ago as a large format and trade display print operation, the company also at that time moved to a 3,000 square metre site in Chipping Norton, equipped itself with first one, then two large format KBA presses, two of the largest available. Centrum has since established itself as one of the country's leading trade POS and display print operations. And in fact, Vidge's son, Alex Vidge, is now part of the business. It serves printers nationwide. Print businesses have a lot to cope with, and in Australia, that includes the weather. The monster storm that swept through Melbourne just last week saw several print businesses impacted, those located primarily in the Mulgrave area, including Neo Press and Eastern Press, where an established gum tree uprooted and hit the Mulgrave building. It also downed electric lines in the area. Also meant power was cut off. Seth Watts, CEO of the business, said it was a scary moment, but no one thankfully was injured, which we're all thankful for. Having a 30-metre tree, said Watts, crashing into your building isn't something you want to see. The tree missed the production equipment by just a metre. It hit the digital area, although it sent smashed glass from the plate glass window throughout that digital room. To compound the damage, that power was cut off for several hours. The company had restored its power though by the end of the day and began the cleanup. It was confident that it'll get all its deliveries back up and running and on time. So Watts said the storm was like a mini tornado, and I'm from Michigan, so I know what they're like. It was 30 minutes of intensity. Watts said they actually had 3 trees uprooted in the area around his building. That's it for this week's issue of Play Print21. Go to print21.com.au for all these stories in depth and more. Thanks to our sponsor, Ball and Doggett. Watch out for the weather. This is Wayne Robinson, editor of Print21, signing off for another week outside a great display print situation here in the main station in Sydney.